Hey, what's up guys, WhirlXbow back here, and today I've decided I want to be the problem, and decided to play what might be the best deck currently in Wild in Boar Warlock. I don't know if it's the best, but it's definitely like top 3 or 4 decks, and I want to remove people's mana. I feel like it's fine. Anyways, with all that being said, how about we keep the first one, and let's see how it goes. Alright, Patches. That's a rogue.
Know the true essence of fear.
I don't know if these are correct to mull or not, but I'm not gonna mull them here. They're better if we don't draw the actual combo pieces. That's a lot of Bloodblooms. So what are we? We're 3 cards away, right? We're Bat, Boar, and a Wood to wipe the board away from nuking his mana. We are Bat and a Boar wipe away from nuking his mana. Alright. We're probably playing some combo deck, right? Like, every single it's Quasar. It has to be Quasar. How much mana do we realistically need to go off? It's 4, 5, 6. If it's 6 mana, still don't know why this card is played in every single version of the deck, but it is. Kind of want to save. Is this in Quasar? Is this like some Alex Rogue file? Might be some weird Alex Rogue pile. Also have to clear my board.
The Brotherhood shall prevail. Nice to meet you.
Okay. No, it's 3 mana technically. Okay. Puts Edwin at the bottom of his deck. How many spells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so the mana giant is 0. Technically, I can hit it this turn. If I hit exactly Bat and I coin to hit a Rain or a Plague, Gonna draw a bat this turn, ideally. Well, Miracle Rogue got us. Actually, not necessarily. Ah, we're one card off. How much is this? This is a lot.
You're good enough to be my first mate. Your wish is my suggestion.
You actually hit all of those duplicates. Savage Horse.
Feel the power.
Ah, so close. We had so many draws at hitting a card that would actually have won us the game. Kind of crazy. Oh well, let's keep the next one. All right, a mage.
On the trail of adventure.
I am more than what you bargained for.
I feel like I keep Plague. But we're halfway there, right? We only need Bat Boar. A lot of card draw across these two cards. Alright. Oh, my brain hurts. My brain hurts and I'm tired. I was gonna tell you guys to go grab a beverage. You know what? Since my opponent's taking so long, I'm gonna go grab a beverage. I just finished mine, but I'm gonna grab myself a nice cold beer, so I'll be right back as my opponent picks their opening hand.
I see you've brought guests.
Alright, alright. My bad, I had to go all the way upstairs to grab myself a beer. Yes. What's one of the things I'm looking forward for when I get to move into my new place? Right next to the office that I'm recording, because I'm going to be getting a new recording office at my new place. I'm gonna have a full-fledged fucking bar, and I'm so excited. I'm hoping within 2 months I'm moved in 100%. Don't know if that's gonna be the case for timeline. 'Cause it's weird where initially the people in the house that currently live there were supposed to move out middle of this month, middle of October. And then I was supposed to move in there, and then I was going to come back to the place I'm living at right now while my parents are going on vacation to take care of that this house. Hopefully that's going to work out now, because now their timeline got pushed back. I want to say start of November, and my parents go on vacation early November. They're going away for 2 weeks to Jamaica. and then it's kind of more looking like, well, I will move in, but after that, it'll need me a very little time, because I plan on, like, when I move in to host, we always host, like, a Christmas Eve party. This is a real... Oh, no. Let's go for boar here? Gonna be a boar. So, Bloodbloom, copy the boar, flag, wipe his board. He has no mana. Works. Alright, well, that worked out. Turn 4 boar. It's pretty balanced. So I guess the best you can do with this deck is turn 3 boar, right? Is it's like coin bat on... Yeah, it's like coin bat, Shadowborn, whatever the fuck this card is, this thing, on 2, kill it off on 3, and then you can go bat, Bloodbloom, copy it, plague, wipe their board on 3, and you win the game. Interesting. I didn't think the deck would be able to go off that early, but it's a minimum of 3 mana, realistically. But that's insane. I'll take it. Anyways, let's keep the next one. Alright. The Druid. I don't know. For like my holiday plans, right? It's like I would love to be able to host Christmas Eve. Realistically, most likely I'll be hosting Christmas Day. Currently my aunt hosts Christmas Day. But again, I love to host parties. Like, to me, hosting parties is fun. Getting a whole bunch of people together just to get drinks, have fun together, it's something I really, really enjoy doing. Like, every single time my friends are like, yo, I'm having a party at my place or whatever, I'm like, alright, sounds good. Do you need any help planning anything? And they're like, no. And then like 2 days later, like, yo, can you help me with this bullshit? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, don't worry about it, guy. I got you. Fuck. I love hosting. Hosting to me is really, really fun. I guess that comes also from working in the field where I work where I host people, right? Like, yes, I'm not the person greeting people, doing all that bullshit, but like, I'm the one making menus, or I'm helping make menus, and I'm doing all that part, and I really enjoy that aspect of my job. Again, it's so weird, but cooking is, I feel like, one of the most weirdly versatile things. Cooking, like, at least the cooking industry is one of those very, very weird, versatile things where I get to do so much in the aspects I love, that I love to cook, I love to be creative, I love, when I host things, I love to make sure everyone's having a good time, and I feel like that's half of your job as someone that works in the kitchen. To be fair, I even love doing prep. Like, as I said, like, in yesterday's video, like, I spent my Tuesday shift mostly doing prep. And I had a shitload of... I do have a... But, like, I even enjoy that aspect. Like, my day went by really quick because it's like, you know, when you spend an hour doing guac and an hour doing pico, like, prepping for a week. Well, you know, it's 2 hours out of your shift, and to me it went by, like, super fast. Except for the part where I felt like clawing my eyes out from cutting onions. Now, when you're in a small, isolated room, no vents, no windows, no nothing, and you've spent an hour straight cutting onions, you want to claw your eyes out. Like, that fucking room becomes, like... I felt like I was experiencing tear gas. Like, it was bad. But it was fun. Yeah, kitchen life is fun. I won't lie. Anyways, let's skip to the next game. Alright, warrior. I want to keep the rain. Okay, we're keeping this. We pray for our first 4 draws hit a Bloodbloom. This one, this has actually something to discount. But as I was saying, every aspect of my job I love. I love my coworkers. They're super fun people to be around. They're people to have, like, they're easy to have a conversation with and whatnot. So, like, I feel like it sounds weird because I know, like, a lot of people don't feel the way I do about my job. And to be fair, I've also dealt with a lot of people that are like, oh, your job's easy. And to be fair, like, I find it easy, yes. But every single time I've ever pushed someone to explain to me why kitchen life is easy, I have never found someone that was able to give me an accurate reasoning as to why kitchen life would be easy. Most people you talk to, if you tell them, like, yo, I work 13-hour days, 5 days straight, most people will look at you like, yo, you're fucking insane. Well, game is a little too... Yes. But yeah, like 13-hour days, 5 days straight. Like, most people are like, yo, you're fucking insane for doing that, or that doesn't sound easy. But then you're like, oh yeah, I work in a kitchen. Like, oh, you cook? Cooking's not hard. And it's like, it's not hard. Even in my opinion, the hours aren't hard. You know, you're hanging out with cool people that you can have great conversations with, all while doing something that if you can actually put up with 13-hour days in a field that you love, you know, it's like, yes, it's easy, but if you've ever worked a 9 to 5 in an office, a 9 to 5 in an office to me is miserable. You're not, like, yes, cool, I'm coding, cool, I'm doing whatever the fuck you do, like, you know, I'm documenting things, or I'm doing research. Cool, yeah. That, to me, is misery. Like, just being forced to sit down, stare at a computer for 8 hours straight, well, not straight, but, like, 8 hours a day, not doing anything. I feel like, well, you're writing code, you're doing something, but it's not involved. Your body's not involved in it, you know? Versus in a kitchen, like, you're cutting things, you're running between stations, you're doing all of that, and, like, to me, that is fun. It's weird to say, but, like, sometimes, like, even, like, when I'm playing video games, I'm like, I want to be doing something, and then when I'm at work, it's like, I'm always doing something. I don't really know how to explain it besides that, but kitchen life is great. It's hard and it's taxing on your body and you feel exhausted at the end of it. Which is why, like, I don't like streaming after I work a shift. I love to stream and I have a lot of fun streaming, but after you've been on your feet for you know, 10 hours and you've been running and your brain is constantly working on, I'm doing this, I have to move on to the next thing, and what's my next thing, and then you're in service and you have, you know, you have to do like 30 different things and you have like 15 minutes to do all of those 30 different things. Your brain is fried. You don't want to talk to anybody afterwards. You kind of just want to sit down, relax, and do something you find relaxing. It's a whole other beast. It's so hard to explain because I've experienced both. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this in the next game, but yeah, let's skip to the next one.
Tamsin versus Gul'dan.
All right, another Warlock. We're playing the mirror match.
True essence of
But yeah, getting back to it.
No one matches mine.
It's a weird thing because I've worked both a normal 9 to 5, sitting in an office, doing normal work, like 5 days a week. You know, Monday you're in at 9, you're out at 5, all the way to Friday. I've done that. And you meet some cool people. Like, I love a lot of my coworkers that I met, and I'm still in contact with some of them that I've met working in the engineering field. And for a long time, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to work in the engineering field. I want to do something that's related to this. But at the back of my head, because my first job was also in a kitchen, right? I started my working career in a kitchen. It's not like I started working in an office. I started working in a kitchen. I started as a dishwasher when I was 16 years old. And, you know, like the atmosphere you have in a kitchen. And this is something that the only people I've ever talked to about my work that have been able to give me like accurate ways to describe certain things that like I felt I matched with was the people I know that's currently in the military. And that might sound fucked. But when you're working in the kitchen, you're working within a brotherhood, basically. And it's very similar to the military, where you can be pissed at someone in the middle of service because they fucked up something and they delayed tickets and it caused you to get super fucked in the long run. It's happened to me plenty of times where I got annoyed at a coworker because they fucked up what they needed to do and whatever. Like, it's happened to me, and I won't lie, I was pissed at them in the moment. I won't try to pretend to be the good guy, be like, no, I was fine. No, because it's not how I was feeling in the moment. But then afterwards, at the end of the rush, and everything was done, and we're, you know, in the home stretch, and we're just cleaning things, I had no ill will or no hatred towards that person. I was pissed at them in the moment, but that ended. As soon as the rush ended and we got to cleaning, we were cheersing beers together and we're just like best fucking friends afterwards. And that's one of those things where it's like, I feel like a lot of industries you can't have that. It's not that you don't want to have that, but it's you just can't. Your work life won't allow that to be a case due to a million different factors, but like
My hand is full.
it's so hard to explain, but you go from hating someone, like you want to beat the living shit out of them, to no, I want to go sit down and have a beer with this guy within 5 minutes. Which is so fucking crazy, right? I'm dead. I don't know if they fixed how this works. I don't think they did, but I'm gonna pretend they did.
I can't play.
Oh, I don't even have enough mana for that. Okay.
You haven't heard
But yeah, I've gone from hating someone to loving their guts within an hour. And sitting down, having a beer with them, having a fully normal conversation with like a good friend that you're catching up with. Within, say, from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Like, it's so weird, and I love it. And like, I love the fact that in the industry, no one takes anything serious. I can tell someone to go suck a dick, shut the fuck up, get the fuck off my back, get back to doing your fucking job. And be, like, yell at them and say that. And then 45 minutes later, be like, yo, you want a beer? Let's go grab a beer, fuck. And they're like, yeah, sounds good. Like, in my professional career as an engineer, I've never been able, like, if I've been pissed at someone, like, I'm still kind of pissed at those people. They have nothing to do in my life anymore. And I'm still like, if someone brings up one of those people, I'm like, no, fuck that asshole. I'm like, yo, this is fucking wild comparison. Anyways, we have more time, so let's queue up one more game.
Thompson versus
Alright.
Gul'dan.
Another Warlock.
Your soul shall
Anyways,
die.
Stormwind will
I feel like
before Tamsin
some people might be like, so like I'm still technically in school, also become an engineer, right? And I feel like what I'm saying is like, if I was telling this to a friend of mine, because I've had like the same conversation with a friend of mine before I've told them my personal plans. And my friend was like, yo, I feel like you're trying to convince yourself that, like, you want to work in a kitchen. And, like, at that point, I had already made up my mind. But they were close to some of my family members that I haven't told, like, oh, yeah, I want to become a chef. I'm like, I'm not trying to convince myself because I already know what I want. Right? Because, like, I want to work in a kitchen. I love the atmosphere of a kitchen. I love every part of it. And I fucking hate every part of being an engineer. But also, the more I work in a kitchen and the more kitchens I work in, what the fuck? All right, let's skip the next one so I can finish my thought.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall
So yeah, as I was saying,
I will not be
when I was having a conversation with my friends, they were like, I feel like you're trying to convince yourself that that's what you want to do. And that's when I told them, like, I'm not convincing myself. I'm trying to explain the reasons why I'm choosing this. Because I'll be honest, until you become, you know, a head chef or a sous chef, or like a Michelin star place, you're not gonna make nearly as much. And even when you're at that point, like, realistically, until you become a restaurant owner, you won't be making nearly as much money as I would as an engineer, right? As an engineer, like, I know the general plan where it's like, get into the industry at like 60K a year, and then you go from 60K up to 70, up to 80, up to 90, up to, like, unless you want to start your own business, you kind of, or you get really high up, right, where you get on the boards and whatnot, you're kind of capped at a salary of like 150 versus, like, if I'm not mistaken, my head chef right now is making considerably less. And not like considerably less like, oh, it's a bad thing. He's pretty sure he's sitting, like, he's a head chef, right? Pretty sure he's sitting no higher than like 45. So in charge of a kitchen, he's making less than I'm expected to make in my first year as a full-on engineer. Like, I've worked internships where I'm pretty sure I was making more than he was, you know? Let's do some rough math. I've worked internships where I was making like $2,200 a month after taxes. So let's just go 22 after taxes. Or 22 every 2 weeks. So times 2 per month times 12. I was making more than him as an intern, right? But also be honest, doing that internship, I was fucking miserable. Like I've been miserable working several jobs that I've worked. And the most miserable I had been was actually working at that job. And like now I'm making considerably less. But you know what? I might be making considerably less, but I come home every single day and I'm happy with, one, the work I've done, and two, the experience I had. And to me, that is worth way more than any paycheck that I could... The fact that that didn't trigger is kind of fucking insane. But yeah, no. So to me, it's like one of those things where it's just way more worth it to not be miserable and make less money than it is to be miserable and make more money. It's like I see what my brother is going through, because my brother is an engineer. He's a software engineer. And to be fair, I have plans to continue studying in the engineering field even while working as a chef. It's not even the field that I'm currently studying in. I have no interest really in the field I'm studying, which is the big thing. I've been looking into schools in my area that is, if I'm gonna ever work in the engineering field, I know exactly what part of the engineering field, and I want to work in the nuclear engineering field. And yeah, so I know for a fact that I want to continue studying the engineering field because I like to learn about what's new and what's not, but I'm also going to take some time, work in the kitchen industry, and enjoy what I'm doing, and then eventually start taking classes for the field of engineering I really, really like. Issue with that, no school in my area offers a nuclear engineering program, which is really wild since I live in a big city. But yeah, no, I want to go more into the nuclear engineering field just because it's something that I like to learn about. It's no longer about I'm going to the field to study to get a job. I'm going to the field to study to learn about something I'm also very, very passionate about. And to me, that's the big thing is I've also never been interested in what I was studying. Like, it was cool to learn how to write a program and all that type of shit, but it never mattered to me, you know? Versus the nuclear field is something where when I started having questions about, like, hey, am I studying something that I want to do, or because other people want me to do it, or am I actually interested in it? Like, I was also like, I'm way more interested in this, and then, like, the closest school to offer is, like, 2.5 hours away. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to leave my family. Therefore, that's out of the question. And also at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to work in that field. I just want to learn more about it. I want to learn how to do the calculations for that. It doesn't change anything in my life. It's just something I'm passionate about, right? It's like the same thing with like Hearthstone. It's like learning more about Hearthstone or learning more about video games doesn't change shit in my life. It's just something that I want to learn more about. And like, you look at like my YouTube like search history and what I watch on YouTube. It's like people talking about like back end of games and shit like that, or things in the nuclear field, or like problems that happened in various different fields. Like, I like to learn. There's also a lot of cooking in there, but like before I decide to make a fucking dish for myself, I figure out how like 30 different people make that dish, and then I also realize like, all these people are kind of dumb. It's wild, because I'm like, these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm like looking at like Michelin star chefs fucking doing it. I'm like, oh, this would just make it taste better. And then I'll do it my way. I'm like, this is fucking delicious. And I'm like, yeah, these people have no idea. That's the fuck they're talking about. Not to say that I'm nearly as good at cooking as they are. Because like, I don't think I'm good at cooking. I think I'm passable, and I just enjoy what I cook. But I also cook for what I enjoy, not for what a client base would like. Right? There's a very difference. It's one of those big things, the difference between a home cook and a professional chef is, as a professional chef, you have to cook what the masses would like, versus as a home cook, you have to cook what you would like. So it's very, very different. Like, I know like the flavors I like, I know the spices I like, and I also know like, okay, I can substitute this for this, and I'm gonna prefer it more that way. But if I was cooking for the masses and the people that grew up eating certain dishes, well, I'd want to go back to like the original flavor of it, because that's what more people would like. That's a conversation, and that's an entire video I can make basically just on its own, but yeah. Anyways, as for becoming the problem, I became the problem. The amount of people that conceded even before I played a full-on combo is absurd. Anyways, I'm gonna end it off here. I feel like I rambled a lot in this video about personal feelings and things that I've been wanting to get off my chest. That's a problem for future. If anybody I know that's watched this, you never fucking bring up anything I said in this video to me, or I'm gonna kick you in the nuts. Alright, anyways. I'm gonna end off here. Hope you all enjoyed. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. As always, follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next one. Alright, guys? Yeah. Peace.